Karina baby, good morning. Today is the 15th. Let's see what the 15th holds. Look at that gingerbread man. He has a green, red, and blue button on him. Green, red, and blue. Let's take a look. The last gingerbread man. When I was passing the baker shop, I saw something that made me stop. The gingerbread man all by himself, flat on his back on the window shelf. He was gingery brown from head to his toes, with two raisin eyes and a nut for a nose. And something about him seemed to say, "Please, will you buy me and take me away?" So I bought the very last gingerbread man. Now I am eating him up as fast as I can. So this person bought the gingerbread man, and it was the very last one. Let's see what's in our book for today. It's Rabbit Hill. Let's take a look. Here is Rabbit Hill. Let's see what it says. Rabbit Hill. Diving night. The days lengthening and the sun climbed higher. With the lengthening days, the spirits of the little animals also rose. In the garden, long rows of brilliant green vegetables were thrusting their way up. The lawns were now rich carpets of new grass, but smooth and beautiful for the mole. Ashamed of his destructive rampage, had kept strictly away from them. Each evening Father inspected the bluegrass. It was slow growing and would not amount to much this year. But the next summer, oh my, from the burrow's entrance, Porky served the flushing field of buckwheat with great satisfaction. In the chicken run, countless baby chicks ran and scratched and pecked endlessly, while their mother hens clucked and scrappled. Phew-wee, and the gray fox often paused there in the early evening to look over the prospect. But Phew-wee was satisfied by Sophia's generosity in the matter of garbage that he insisted to live. Chicken was rapidly wanting, and he even persuaded the fox to sample a bit of her cookery. The fox, at first, had scorned the idea, saying he preferred his chicken fresh, but after trying a southern fried chicken wing as Safari fried it, he had been quite won over, and now usually joined Phew-wee in his midnight feast. Each evening the animals inspected the garden. The seed packets placed on the sticks at the end of the rows were all gone over carefully with many oohs and ahs at the brightly colored pictures. Little Georgie, of course, had to read them for Uncle Lattice, who had always mislanded his specs. Each animal made notes on the vegetables available, and his family tasted as his family's taste and needs in preparation for diving night. That long-awaited occasion arrived and passed off with long controversy than usual, for the garden was so large that there seemed to be an ample for all, even the most finicky. It was a bright moonlit night, and Every animal on the hill had gathered to present his claims. Huey and the gray fox acted as judges, for now, being vegetarians, they could be trusted to make fair and disinterested discussions. Father, of course, made most of his speeches. One question arose which had never come up at any former diving night. Willie, Field Mouse, and his relatives, grateful for the folks rescued for Willie from the rain barrel, proposed that a small portion of the garden be set aside for the exclusive use of the household. Mother warmly seconded this, for she had been most touched by the sight and the sign on the diving night. There was considerable debate, but Porky seemed to represent the opinion that the majority when he said, "Let them take their chances along with the rest of us. Folks don't respect our claims, so they should. Folks don't respect our claims, so why should we give them special privileges?" Tain't dramatic. So the motion was voted down to some present. Uncle Analyst, it's Analdas, Analds, claims seemed a little extravagant. After all, he was not a regular resident of the hill, but since he was the guest of father and mother, both of whom were highly regarded, that there was no open command, although there was a bit spiteful gossip behind cupped paws. On the whole, the meeting was not pleasant or ordinary, very different from some of the former ones when the manager all kept gardens of the previous folks had led to a great deal of waggling. Father voiced this, though in his closing speech he said to be blessed with the most generous, well-bred, and kindly folks. Their present plantings promised the most beautiful garden with which we had been favored in many years. I keep, therefore, that it is not necessary to impress on any of you the desirable or adhering strictly to those rules and regulations which have also been observed here on the hill. Each animal allocated shall be for his or her family, exclusive use and enjoyment. Everyone encouraged on property not his own risks, banishment from our community. In every event that the folks should take the undue quality of vegetables from any one animal's holdings, or board of relief, well, assign him additional space. Finally, nothing is to be touched until Midsummer Eve. That rule is of the utmost importance, for we have learned by long experience that premature inroads on the crops only result in hardship for everyone. But allowing one to approach maturity, a far more plentiful supply will be available for all. I hope that you will all use that practice and self-restraint for which the animals of our hill have long been noted, and that those of us whose duty it is to see that those regulations are enforced will not be called upon to invoke any discrepancy or measures. May I have remind you, Porky, and you, Foxy, that this applies to buckwheat, chickens, and ducks as well as vegetables. It's all right with me, Huey piped up. Ain't no close season on garbage. Come on, Foxy. This is fried chicken night. I moved the meeting's adjourned. The animals all wandered home from the meeting in a most contented mood. A group of young ones were singing Happy Days Are Here Again. Of course, it was quite a while for Midsummer's Eve, but the fields were green now. There were plenty of natural provenders, and the garden promised a really bumped crop. The housewives were all planting their preservings and cannings. Mother botched the subject on a new storage room, which she had long desired. Uncle Annalas could help with the excavating, and little George had become quite handy with the tools now, so he could build the shelves. Little George had been sent to the fat man on the crossroads for some items overlooked in the morning marketing, and seated before the burro, Mother went on outlining her plans for the storeroom. Let's take a look. So all these animals are agreeing on what they get to have from someone else's garden, probably. Look at this. Right? Alright, let's take a look on the next page. Oh. That's it. Alright, so Mother went outlining her plans for the storage room. Alright, so they all agreed. They all went through someone's garden, right? And they agreed on what they got to take. So they had what? They had carrots, beans, peas, beets, corn. They also had buckwheat, stuff like that. So that's the end of this story, though, baby. The next page is how the rhinoceros got his skin, which will be for tomorrow. And so it's good that they all had a meeting, and they agreed that they weren't going to pillage someone else's garden until midsummer, so that this way they got a good supply of whatever it is that they wanted, right? Karina, baby, I hope that you're having a really, really good time. Let's do We Sit and Watch the Rain as it falls from the sky, and we are glad to be inside where it is warm and dry. Oh yes, I just love the rain. It keeps the earth so clean and helps the pretty flowers grow from the mountains to the streams. I need to find a way to get a better angle. I really do need to find my tripod with the phone holder on it. I'm using the phone now because it is easier to be out and download the videos. I hope that you're having a wonderful day with whatever it is that you're doing. It's always okay to check in with yourself and go, how am I doing today? And if you're not doing okay today, that's okay. You know, you will be doing okay. You just have to give things time. Always give yourself time. Give yourself love and encouragement. Give people around you love and encouragement too. Give people a smile. You know, just be loving, kind, considerate towards everyone that you see. Loved, seen, and accepted is something that all people need, no matter who they are or where they are. Doesn't matter what they look like or if they have, you know, anything, you know, loved, seen, and accepted. Karina, baby, I love you so much, and I'm constantly praying for you. I miss you, and I hope you're having a good day, honey.